Hello there. My name is David Anarchy. I am the CEO of the Link Up Media Group of Company, a company that has created many verticals and facets such as BioLife Energy Systems, USA Credit Repair, and also, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the Immigration Link. It's been around for a couple of decades now. I'm extremely proud of it. And here I am. I'm in New York City. I'm actually in my apartment doing a show, and we're going to be bringing in the attorney in shortly. She's actually in her office. And we want to say welcome to each and every one tuning in to yours truly, David Squeezaniki, right here on the Immigration Link. The Immigration Link basically is all about getting your immigration questions answered in reference to the United States for immigrant and non-immigrant visas. And of course, we do have Sandra Smith, our attorney at law, that will be doing that. Nadisha, you're funny. And by the way, it's more of an informal show. It's not the square kind of show that you may be used to. Just about everyone who participates in the show give their viewpoints on their life, what's going on with them. We say happy birthday, we say everything. We are family here, and we'd like to keep it as a family. You can catch this show each and every single weekday evenings at 6 p.m., and it goes for approximately an hour, sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit shorter, depending on what it is the attorney or myself has to do based on our clients and our respective entities. But once again, it's always fun. It's always good to speak about everything that's going on. I do that with the listeners. They're great. I love them to death. We regulate our forum. There is a team that's called Team Squeeze. They regulate everyone and make sure everyone is doing the right thing. If you're not doing the right thing, in a matter of seconds, you will get banned or you'll get kicked off. So be nice, okay? And be very cordial. Once again, the Immigration Link coming up. Now, as we do with every show, it's all about building your audience. And one way in which we can actually, whoa, Nadisha, today's your birthday? Hey girl, happy birthday. See what I'm talking about? Happy birthday, Nadisha. What do you want for your birthday? You name it. If I can give it, I will. But once again, it's all about building your audience. This is one of the platforms by which we actually go live. And we need to build a platform. Yes, we have a great following. We've been averaging somewhere around 3,000 views over 24 to 48 hours. However, we want to get that up. So we're asking every one of you, join as many relative groups that you can on this platform, Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is that you're watching. Join the groups. First thing I'd like for you to do is to share on your own timelines, okay? Share in all the groups that you're a part of and share in pages that you may manage or own. That is the link that you're watching right now. If you can share that, that would be great, all right? So once again, folks, we're asking you to share, all right? So, thank you all so much for doing that. And constantly, I'll be reintroducing myself. I'll be asking you to share throughout the entire show. Team Squeeze, you're a great team. You have done wonders. Today, the target shares happen to be 100 shares. We want to get to at least 100 shares. That means everyone that's watching the show, I am asking you to share on someone's timelines or all your friends' timelines. Very important for our show as it grows and it builds, and it's getting very, very extremely popular, and it's becoming viral. Want to say a pleasant good evening, reaching out to everyone. We always do what's called our little roll call. All right, so I will be doing that right now as we await Sandra. She says she's with a client and she's wrapping up the client and she knows she has to get on the show, but we never ever rush her to get on the show. We let her take her time with the clients. We do our thing here and reminding people about what it is that we do, and we start sharing. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get into sharing. The other thing that I also want you all to do, please, I beg of you, is on my page, the one that you're watching, David Squeezaniki, or any page that you are, do me a favor and give a review. Just click on the review section and just write a comment about what it is that you think of the show. 5 stars, please. All right, that helps us. All right, and I need every one of you today, if you have not done so on my page, please give a review, even if it's 3 words, 4 words, 5 words. I don't care what it is. I'd love to get your review from you, the ratings and review, all right? It also helps the show. So once again, let's share. Let's share. That's what I'm doing right now until Sandra Smith gets on board. Ma Dukes, pleasant good evening to you. And remember, Team Squeeze, it's Nadisha's birthday, so we're gonna be roasting her today, literally, all right? Oh, Nadisha says she wants to discuss different topics. All right, Nadisha, we'll bring you in, and we can discuss some different topics, and nothing wrong with that. All right, let me see if I can.
the birthday girl on. She's probably going to say, "Oh, Squeeze, how could you do that to me just like that?" Medisha, I don't care if you're naked or not, whatever. You're still family, all right? So it's your birthday. We want to bring you on, say happy birthday to you and all of that, and find out what it is that you want to talk about. Maybe we can do a half hour, an hour after we do the immigration link every evening, because there's so many things I want to speak about, you know, but we'll see. All right. Did you decline me? I hope you didn't decline me because I'm coming after you. I know where you live. Yeah, you're in the sub, but I'll find you. All right. All right, so let's do a quick roll call.
there's so many things I want to
Oops,
speak
oops,
about,
oops,
you know,
oops, oops, oops,
but
oops,
we'll
oops,
see.
oops, 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 oops. Nope, 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 nope. Let's not do that. All right, so let's just do a quick roll call. Obviously, Nadisha is here. That Natalie Farquharson. Hey, what up, Nats? Craig Rose. All right, much respect. Ashish Ishmael. All right. My Dukes is here. Mia Montauk is here. Eileen Clark is here. All right. Got to say much respect to all of you people joining us. Once again, remember, share. Nadisha, I'm going to strangle you. It's not your birthday. So you have me over here telling the world that it's your birthday and it's not. Okay. Team Squeeze, just put a little box next to Nadisha's name. She's in the doghouse. All right. That's where she is. She is in the doghouse. All right. Bergs, thanks so much for checking in. All right. Bergs is there. Natalie Bonner. Okay. A lot of folks joining us, man. That's great. All right. All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking for 100 shares today. One of the quickest way to get the numbers up is to join groups, ladies and gentlemen, share in groups. All right. Also, if you have not subscribed or like or followed the page, very, very important, because if you like or subscribe to my page, whenever we go live, you will be notified, which is the way most of you are getting notified now. So if you have been invited by one of the members here of Team Squeeze, please go ahead and actually uh, like and subscribe on the page. All right. Also would like for you to all follow me on Instagram. It's the same name, David Squeeze Anarchy. Just follow us on Instagram and we'll get that going. All right. All right. Once again, we're here standing by for the attorney. Let's see if she's on board yet. Nope, she's not yet. All right. And once again, I also want to say thanks for all the wonderful accolades that you guys are giving us. Want to welcome Mr. Kellier, who's afraid to come on the show. All right. Says he's got to put on a suit. I don't know why. I don't put on a suit. You all know me. Real, no real, you know. You all know what I'm talking about, right, Natasha Bruce? Real, no real, right? Did you share yet, Natasha? Yeah. Did you share? I'm calling out everybody. Bergs, did you share yet? Ma Dukes, did you share yet? Eileen Clark, thanks for the comment. But did you share yet? Mia Montauk, did you share yet? All right. I want to know if you all shared. I still love you too, Nadisha. By the way, you said you're in class. How come you're in class and you're actually participating in the show? I don't want to see your grades. Welcome, Rosemary Brumfield. It's good to have you on the immigration link. We're awaiting the attorney who should be joining us momentarily. All right. Once again, I am David Squeeze Anarchy. Start putting your immigration questions in the comment section right on the group that you're watching. Good evening, Adriana Hamilton. Did you share it, Adriana? You got to share in multiple pages. I need everybody to share on at least 10 pages. I can see the shares. Remember that. Y'all can't trick me, all right? No cheating. No cheating. We're at 30 shares right now. Remember, the target shares needs to be at 100, all right? So we're at 30 shares right now. So let's get those shares up, all right? Eileen Clark said she shared. Okay. I'm looking here, guys. I'm checking here. Ma Duke said she shared. Thank you so much. All right. I'm calling out everybody this evening. And once again, it's all about energy, positive vibration, positive energy. Remember, you attract what you put out. So if you put out negative energy, you get negative energy. The mind cannot have two vibrations at any given time. It can only have one vibration. It's either negative or it's positive. And I believe in positive energy. That's what I believe in. Okay. So let's just get that going. All right. Always positive energy. All right. So I tell you what, everybody who believes in positive energy right now, give me a heart. I'm going to drop the first heart. I'm going to give you a love heart right now. If you are a positive person or you're striving for positive attitude and vibrations, right now I need everybody to give me a heart. I just gave a heart on the screen. As a matter of fact, I'm giving multiple hearts right now. So I want to see who is hearting the page right now. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Tanisha, Aquarian, Bartley. I don't have 10 pages. Okay, so get in a group. All right. Tanya Newell, thanks for the hearts. All right. Natalie said that she share. All right. I should come to some of your houses this evening and share dinner. And you all should share dinner with me. All right. I'm still a bachelor here and tired of Uber Eats. And by the time I get done with work, get in the kitchen to cook, you all know how that goes. Turns into eggs scrambled. Tracy Reynolds. Okay. All right. I'm trying to pronounce this. Clairvasia, Glages, Georges, Janilda, Julmus. Trying to pronounce that name. All right. All right. So only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people love us because I saw the hearts from 5 people. All right. Cordella Douglas, thank you so much. Karina Mills. All right. Thank you so much. Once again, the immigration link comes your way 6 to 7. All right. And we are turned up today and kicking back here. Okay. And vibing up with any of you. If any of you want to come on screen with me and chit chat with me for a while until the attorney gets here, just let me know. Just put your hands up and I'll bring you in and you and I can vibe for a minute there. Oh, Sandra Smith is here. Oh, okay. All right, Sandra. Let's bring Sandra on camera. Let's bring her on camera. Once again, folks, this is the USA Immigration Link, hosted by yours truly, David Weezaniki. Weekdays, 6 p.m. until we get off. And Sandra Smith is our attorney, and she's trying to give you the bad look face. By the way, Sandra, positive energy only.
Okay.
I don't want to see the hand on the cheek. The hand on the cheek is not positive energy. I want to see you laughing and smiling. Like, yeah, it's time for the Immigration Link. Get excited, you know, be ready and pumped and all of that. No negative energy. That's positive energy. Helping people, you know. That's what I'm talking about, you know. So, hey,
All right,
hey,
David.
hello there, my beautiful attorney. How are you?
How
Have
you
we
do?
been keeping you busy? I am doing wonderful now that your face has blessed us. Natasha Bruce said, pretty lady, good evening. I notice I don't get any handsome David
Hi,
Annick, good evening, but we'll on our run, go to Sandra. All right, man, don't worry. Here, no, it's all right. I don't get any handsome David Annick, good evening. You know,
you started by suggesting that I was bringing negative energy because I had my hand on my cheek. So this person is saying, "Hey, squeeze, hold on, this will just relax there." So you know, it's nothing like that. It's been a long day. There's all positive energy. We're here to help people.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. But anyway, you know, Sandra Grant, Natasha Bruce, and Natasha said, "Yes, Sandra, smile. You bring a breath of fresh air to the show." And Cordella said, "We never leave you, squeeze." All right, no problem. All right, so we're targeting, ladies and gentlemen. This is the USA Immigration Link. I am pumped. Sandra is pumped. You are all pumped, Team Squeeze. Every single person that's here, thank you so much for sharing all the pages and groups that you're in. We're looking for 100 shares today. Now it's time for you to start placing your questions in the comment section. Yes, you may ask questions for your friends or yourself. All right? Place your questions there, the immigration questions. Sandra will answer those questions as I read them off. Try to be as thorough as possible when asking your questions. Try not to be vague. We got your back, all right? But if your questions are thorough, we will get to them first, all right? Sandra, we're here answering the same questions over and over every evening, but we don't mind. More importantly, book an appointment with the attorney, all right? You can book a phone appointment. You don't necessarily have to go in the office. In this time, in this day and age, I would say, I would only go in to see Sandra because I want to meet her personally. And she's such a beautiful character with such a wonderful personality. She's got depth, she's got knowledge, she's a solid attorney, okay? But you can save some time by simply booking the appointment on the phone and then keeping that appointment by doing a phone consultation, all right? She has various methods of, getting her payments and whatever. So make sure you reach out to her. Now, let me, I'm actually gonna put up the law office's phone number and address, okay? And I need for you also from time to time, Team Squeeze, please, to actually repost that or retype that so that people can get the phone number. I'd like that to be reposted like every 5 minutes if you all don't mind, okay? So this way, because as you can see, people ask all the time, what is the address? What is the phone number? What is the name of the attorney? Okay, what does she do? Where can she do me if I'm in Timbuktu? Okay, yes, if it has to do with US immigration law. Can she help me if I'm deported? Can she help me get a green card? I have overstayed. Can I go up to the Department of Homeland Security and walk in and get a green card? All different kinds of questions. We welcome them all. We understand, all right? I've seen some questions, which is okay. No matter how crazy they get, people, and Team Squeeze and everybody, no question is a silly question. Let me say that. Right, Sandra? What do you think?
It's important to get the information so they don't make any mistakes. Very important.
Okay. It's very important.
But David, how are you though? I mean, we're talking about me. How are you doing?
I am doing okay.
Okay.
I'm doing okay.
I need to know.
I am doing. Every time I see you, my day just gets bright. Every time I do the show, my day gets brighter.
That's a good thing.
And I'm just waiting for that. Just waiting for that invitation to do dinner again. You know what I'm saying?
And
But anyway,
for as long as I can.
Let's demonstrate to the people what we do here. Great show, positive show, solid show. We are ready to answer your immigration questions. Also, I will be posting the WhatsApp group shortly, all right? Soon I'll be making a couple of the Team Squeeze, the ones who have been here a while, a couple of them admins for the WhatsApp group so they can regulate and moderate the WhatsApp group and kick out those people who are, troublemakers. We have a few of those sometimes, all right? But anyway, we work with it. All right, let's get to the first question, all right? What is your input on the new plan Mr. Trump have for immigrants? You may want to reiterate that.
Okay, so what is my input? My input is to, put on their boots and pull up their bootstraps and tie their shoes and get stuff done. So the president is pretty much seeking to limit the number of persons who are able to petition for family members, immigrant visas, and increase those persons who are skilled workers, persons who would, for example, apply for H-1B visas based on having degrees or skills. So, I mean, of course, it's not in place, it's discussions, but I would advise and admonish persons to take heed. So, for example, if you have a family member or, a parent, a child who can petition for you, I would admonish folks to move forward as soon as possible to get this done, because one never knows. All right. Pretty much, telling folks, you're listening. You hear what the president, he has spoken, and we know how how these things are happening. There can be executive orders. So today you may be able to, for example, petition for your brother, your sister. Tomorrow you may not be able to. So as I said before, if you can, move forward and go ahead and submit those petitions, because one never knows.
Okay, I think I get what you're saying. So anything can happen. So it's very important that people get your petitions. And the other thing that I also want to let people know, Sandra, and you can concur or not, people can file for more than one ways of becoming legal here in the United States, right?
Mm-hmm. So,
Right?
I mean, so for example, a person will say to me, my brother had, my sibling had petitioned for me 5 years ago, and I've been waiting, and I know it's another maybe 5-6 years before I can actually move forward. But I have a U.S. citizen spouse, or I have a permanent resident spouse. Can this person also petition for me? And the answer is yes. You can have as many petitions as possible if you in fact qualify for that person to petition for you. So just because a petition isn't already, or you're considering having two persons petition for you for whatever reason, it's possible for that to happen if you in fact qualify.
Okay. Once again, folks, you are listening to the voice of Sandra Smith, attorney at law here in New York City, located at 40 Wall Street and also 899 Franklin Avenue. You can catch her right here on this show, The Immigration Link, hosted by yours truly, David Aniki, and her. We're getting to the questions now. And do remember, be as thorough as possible when asking your questions. We must remind you that prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. It's best that you actually go in and see the attorney or set up a private phone consultation or a consultation thereafter. All right. Let's get to the next question. What are the processing time for I-485 processing time in New York City for someone married to a U.S. citizen?
Okay, so I can't necessarily tell you offhand. I mean, I have a computer in front of me. I could actually check if we have time for that. But here's what I can advise folks. If in fact you are waiting and you want to know what the processing time is, you could in fact go online to uscis.gov. Under the tools section, you're actually able to go in and see for some applications how long it's taken for them to process those applications. So it's possible for you to go in uscis.gov, under tools, follow the prompts, and you'll be able to check to see how long a particular application is taken for it to be processed or adjudicated. All right? Okay.
All right, no problem. That one is answered right there. Let's move to another one. Must remind you, the number to call to book your appointment is 1-800-392-6929. That's 1-800-392-6929. This is the Immigration Link, where you get your immigration questions answered. You may know of people who actually need this help. Please share, meaning that you should share the link that you're watching with as many friends, as many pages, as many groups that you can. Once again, it is your way of helping out a lot of people. And we are targeting getting up to 100 shares today. We set goals, we have objectives, and we aim to get there. Sandra and I, we have objectives also for the remainder of the year. So we want to reach those objectives by way of you assisting and helping us. And that is also helping people. Let's get to another question right now. Let's get to it. This one says here, is it going to be a problem if petitioner own on children support? On child support. I see what you're saying. So what if someone has child support issues and they owe money? They have to be up to date, right? It's best that they're up to date because that shows good moral character, right?
Yeah, but typically, that's not an issue. I'm just thinking, how would it have an impact on someone petitioning, perhaps with taxes? I'm not sure if
the person, right? I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Sorry? David, I can't. There's like a lag. What did you say?
No. I said I heard what you said. Go ahead.
Right. So I mean, so just off the top of my head, I don't think it necessarily has an impact. However, if, for example, it has an impact on the person filing taxes, I'm not sure. Because, when a person petitions for you, they're not talking about the person's child support issues. That's a separate matter. At some point, the person has to do an affidavit of support. The person has to submit taxes. More importantly, are the tax returns up to date? So generally speaking, I don't think it should have an impact. But, for all intents and purposes, you want your spouse to be up to par with paying their child support, right? Because it does, in fact, show, speak to their character for yourself,
right?
So, but as it relates to, I cannot think of
try to be up to date.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Once again, folks, the Immigration Link, Sandra Smith and David Aniki. Share for us, please, the page that you're watching. Do remember the number to call her at is 800-392-6929. That's 800-392-6929. Okay, I just pinned it. All right. Let's go to this one. What about the people who already have a petition going on? And what about people who have green card in reference to Donald Trump? That person is speaking on, Sandra.
So typically, I mean, I don't see how it's going to have an impact on petitions who are, that were already submitted. All right. So, once the petitions are in, I'm assuming that they will be moving forward. Unless, of course, because if you're going to rewrite the law, if you're going to submit an executive order, you could basically put anything in it. We could say something like, all right, moving forward, persons, there are no more petitions being submitted for siblings of U.S. citizens. And some petitions that were submitted a year ago, we're going to cancel all petitions. I'm just making that up, but anything could be put into an executive order. But as far as I'm concerned, I can't imagine that petitions that were already submitted will be affected or impacted if in fact this goes into law, or if in fact the president brings on an executive order with regards to immigration reform.
Gotcha. Once again, you're listening to Sandra Smith, the attorney, answering your immigration question. All right, let's go to what is the best way for a minor who stayed overseas for 2 years to come back to the States if her 10-year green card expired? Here we go.
Ooh, alrighty. So I always like to think of practical examples, and I had a case that was very similar. She actually had to make an appointment to go into the embassy. And I think in that instance, she was actually able to get some kind of travel document to return to the United States. So, in lots of instances, children are not penalized, and there's a possibility for that person to actually apply for a travel document to return to the United States. It's a very detailed process, so that's something that our office can assist with. We need more information, for example, as to why the person stayed out of the country, any other issues where the person's parents, for example, are the parents in the United States, are the parents, was there an intention to give up the green card, permanent resident status? So there's a lot of questions that we need answered in order to assist. However, as I mentioned, we've had instances in our offices where minor children who have stayed out of the country for more than a year, up to 2 years or so, have been able to return to the United States and then continue their permanent resident status.
Okay. All right. Someone wants to know if you're single. That's the next question.
Alrighty. Yeah.
You can plead the fifth on that one. It's all right. So I told everyone from the start of the show that this is a very informal show. We are real people, so we talk real things. We don't try to be something we're not. It's just where we are.
I'm not single, not at all.
Oh, you're not single?
Herein lies my... No.
Okay, all right, no problem. That room that you're in throws off this echo. It's this, but we're working with it. All right. There are so many speculations here, but we'll get to that in reference, not in reference to you being single.
What?
Huh? No, there's so many speculations here about what. There's so many speculations here about what Donald Trump is going to do, but we'll get to that shortly. All right. Here's another question. How can you put in for a family member to come to the US for a wedding, like temporary visa?
Okay, so once upon a time, for example, when persons were getting married in the United States, come to the United States for the wedding, a person would perhaps send a letter of invitation, right? So that's something that happened, a lot many years ago. Persons still do that, but I think the bar has been risen and it's a little harder. And, in fact, more importantly is for persons to be able to show that they have no intention to stay long-term. That is a brief visit, so therefore it's going to be important to show substantial ties. So even if there's a wedding, and it's a real wedding, and that's the reason why you're going, you still want to show that you have substantial ties to your home country. In fact, you want to show, for example, you're married, or that you have a house, you have bank accounts, you have a job, you are to enter the States and not return. And that, in fact, you're going for a temporary visit. So it's important to show substantial ties, regardless of whether or not there's a legit marriage that you want to attend, wedding to attend.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to go get my charger for my laptop here because it's dying. However, here's a question for you. As I ask everybody, please share the link you're watching. This is the USA Immigration link. We want to get 100 shares. Okay, and we do appreciate everything that you're doing. The show is extremely popular and we've been helping a lot of people. Here's a question for the attorney who was also shared. Hello, so I am a US citizen and I am currently filing for my mother who lives outside the US. I am now filling out the DS-260 for the immigrant visa, and there's a question asking if the beneficiary has had any visas in the past. My mother did have a visa before, but she can't remember the date it was issued. She doesn't have that old passport. Is that going to be a problem? Can it be allowed? Can it? Oh, hold on. Can she skip that part or select don't know option? Is there any way to find that information out if she does not have the old passport with the visa in it? And once again, I'm reading verbatim right here. All right. I'll let you answer that question. You fully understand the question while I'm going to get my charger for my Mac here?
Yes, no, I understand. So pretty
Okay.
much when you're
I'll let you guys watch the chair for a minute. Please
pretty
make
much
sure no one take my seat. All right.
pretty much when you're submitting responses on the DS-260 applications, you want to make sure that you're truthful in your responses, right? So, you know, if your mother has in fact had a previous visa, you want to say yes. You want to respond, you know, that she did in fact have one. If there's an option for you to say unknown with regards to when it was issued, then you don't know, and I don't think of any method that you can use to get that date. So perhaps you want to put unknown, but of course you want to say that yes, she did in fact have a visa.
You want to tell the truth.
Sorry?
You want to tell the truth.
Yeah, as much as possible. You need to tell them
always,
because they have all these records. Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
I'm not even back yet. You know.
Yeah.
By the way, folks, it's the reality series called The Immigration Link, and I'm back. All right. And of course
Reality
we're here.
series.
Huh?
You said reality series.
Yeah, it is. It's reality. It's live. It's real. You know, we've got all of our people here who are sharing on their platform. For example, let's acknowledge some people. Rosalind Clark, she asked a question. Ma Dukes, she's got a question also. Shereen Alexander, Claudine Thompson. These are all beautiful people. Malik Zubair, Nicole Powell, Dizuit Kromaz, got Quinn, Ren. Some of these names I can't even pronounce. You know, so Alan, okay. You know, so we got some great people here tuning in. So Ali Boo, Renault Brown, Janice, Little Miss Tunup Hines. I love some of these names. Little Miss Tunup Hines. All right. So we got many people tuning in. I want to say thanks to you all. The greatest compliment that you can give Sandra and myself every time you watch the show is to actually share it. Share it in groups, pages, everywhere you can share it. Okay. I want to say a pleasant good evening and welcome to Ken Roy Muckler. All right. He's tuning in also. All right. Once again, we're answering immigration questions. Let's get to it. This evening, we started a little bit early. So at least you see sometimes we start late. We started early this evening. All right. So what's that?
We're making up for it, David.
Right. We are. By the way, tomorrow, just hit me up early. I am going to get you a pair of earbuds. So there's no echo. All right. I will invest the $179 to reduce that echo in that room.
All righty.
All right, no problem. All right. Okay, good evening, Sandra. Good evening, Sandra. Asking for a friend. She's from Jamaica, got married to a U.S. citizen who petitioned for a green card. It was denied because the husband withdrew petition. She appealed, but was also denied. What can she do?
Okay. So if you know, I mean, if her spouse withdrew the petition, on what basis? I'm trying to think on what basis would she have been able to appeal the decision? Because basically he's saying I'm not petitioning for you anymore. I have withdrawn. An abused spouse petition, if that's something that exists, if she does in fact qualify, perhaps that's a route she could take. But once a U.S. citizen petitioner withdraws, the petition is deemed abandoned, it's dead. So I'm not sure what she did was her appeal.
In other words, find another way. All right. Basically, that's it. All right.
Find another way. In other
Yeah,
words,
that's it.
there is no
Yeah,
petition.
it's dead. Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah.
Completely dead. Unless there was abuse, right?
I mean, I'm thinking that perhaps if if she could in fact demonstrate that she entered into a good faith relationship, good faith marriage, bona fide marriage, and during the course of her marriage she was subject to extreme cruelty, then perhaps she could petition for herself, self-petition as an abused spouse of a U.S. citizen.
Yeah. Once again, Sandra Smith is your attorney. She's answering the questions. I'm reading them all from basically you placing them on the comment section here on this platform. My name is David Anarchy, and once again, we're asking you please to share in groups. If you're not a member of groups, join some groups that you think would be relevant. Doesn't necessarily have to be a group in relation to immigration. It can be any fun group. It can be music. It can be whatever. Join these groups and share. All right. Here's a question: if your B1 visa was revoked, but you weren't given that time to reapply, what to do?
Okay, so first question I'd ask this person, on what basis was it revoked? And then, also you also want to kind of think if circumstances has changed. So since you have the B1 visa, then it was revoked, what new are you bringing to the table to enable you to get another B1, B2 visa? Sometimes it's important to have some time pass between when a visa is revoked, for example, and a new application, right? And of course, as I keep mentioning here, that one of the things that you want to definitely show when you are submitting an application for a B1, B2 visa is to show substantial ties to your home country, because you want to demonstrate to them that you have no intention of staying in America, that you only visited, for pleasure or for business, or in some instances for medical treatment, and that you have an intention to return to your home country. So, yeah.
And she said she wasn't told the basis.
Sorry? What did you say?
She said she was not told the basis.
Right.
She wasn't
so
told
yeah,
the basis
in their discretion. Yeah, in their discretion. I mean, they can revoke a visa because they could think that your intention is not to visit the U.S. Temporarily. So you don't have to be told why, but they have their reasons. And as I said before, if you're going to reapply, then you want to make sure that you can show that you indeed have substantial ties to your home country. All right, and that your circumstances have in fact changed.
Beautiful. Once again, folks, Sandra Smith, and she's doing extremely well. And Team Squeeze, tell me the truth. In all the years that you have seen me do the immigration link, isn't this the most rapid fire we've seen questions just coming on the show? I mean, in all the years I've been doing the show, I'm talking about consistently on a daily basis. The questions are coming back to back to back to back. Sometimes the questions are even left over. Team Squeeze, tell Sandra it's the truth. All right? Please. All right? All right, so let's get to another one here. All right? Huh? I think it's your personality. People love it.
Okay, great.
All right, so here's one from Suzette. Suzette, I believe, and I pray and I hope that you shared the link with other people that you're watching now. But Suzette has a question. Is immigration still reviewing cases from December 2018, or have they started reviewing 2019 yet?
What? I don't understand. What?
I guess
is immigration reviewing what?
Cases from December 2018, or have they started reviewing 2019 as yet? The I-485 and the I-765.
Okay, so let me just say it again. You can actually go online to uscis.gov, and there's a link under tools. You can navigate, and you can determine, how long it's taken, for example, to adjudicate a 485. So you can actually go in and look to see, typically they will say, between, for example, 12 to 18 months. So that's an option. You can, you go online, uscis.gov to check, how far and how long it's taken for that particular application.
Beautiful, beautiful. I want to say pleasant good evening and welcome to Facey Janine. Just realized she's here with us also. All right. And do remember, folks, you can place your questions in the comment section and we will get those questions answered for you by the attorney. All right. We're here to help each and every one out there. And by the way, Ma Duke says in the question earlier, where the
Mm-hmm.
petitioner withdrew the case, there was abuse.
Okay. So, let me just talk about abuse for a quick second. I was just trying to go on the tools just now to see case processing time, but let's talk about abuse. So, abuse is all relative, right? So, David, so yesterday you told me that I was trying to put you in your place. You could, in fact, tell me that I was abusing you, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so abuse could be someone screaming at you and you feel like, all right, this is not something that I want to live with. Everybody have different tolerances. With immigration, they want to see extreme abuse. All right, and extreme abuse could fall under financial abuse. It could fall under physical abuse. It could fall under emotional abuse, but it has to be extreme. And also, you want to have evidence that there was in fact this abuse. So alone is not going to be sufficient. It typically is not sufficient. Additionally, apart from the abuse, you also want to show that you were in a good faith relationship. So you have to show two things: the abuse, the extreme abuse, that is, and also that you're in fact in a marriage. So you want to show evidence that you guys have commingled your funds. If you're, as you had said, you were living outside of the country. If he visited you on several occasions, then you want to submit such pieces of evidence to show that you, in fact, were in a real relationship and a real marriage with him.
Okay. Once again, folks, we're asking you to share the link. Yeah, we're up to 72 shares. So 28 more shares to go. And we really, really would appreciate it. Sandra Smith and David Anarchy, we've come together to help out a lot of people by giving our time in the evenings of at least 1 hour to answer immigration questions. Weekdays, 6 to 7. And of course, as you can see throughout the day, sometimes we have rebroadcasts. Also on Saturdays, we have rebroadcasts. Just putting Sandra under a lot of pressure over there. All right, keeping her busy. And she made a smart ass comment earlier this week, but I won't even respond to that. Yes.
I know. But listen to me. So I actually just went online just now. As I mentioned before, that you can actually check case processing times. If you go on the tools, there's an option for you to check what form you're inquiring about, and it also there's an option to enter the field officer service center. So for example, someone asked about the I-5. I just put the I-485 form in. I checked the box for the New York service center, right? You have different options. Check the processing time for the 485. It's saying 20 to 29.5 months. All right, so that's a year and 8 months or so. Of course, this changes. So this is something that you can check. I mean, I wouldn't say you should go crazy checking every day. But while you're waiting every week or so, you can check to see if that's updated, the estimated time range. So yes, you can go online and check the case tools USCIS.gov.
Okay, beautiful. Once again, that is Sandra Smith, your attorney. All right, with combined experience at her firm of over 2 decades, I don't believe you can go wrong. But ladies and gentlemen, don't take my word for it. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. And yes, this is an attorney advertisement. Check her out at 40 Wall Street, New York, or in Brooklyn, 899 Franklin Avenue. And once again, you don't necessarily have to be in the tri-state area to actually retain the attorney. You could actually be anywhere in the world. As long as it has to do with USA immigration laws, she can handle that for you or handle your case. Once again, good evening to everyone tuning in. Ken Roy, I'm coming to your question, but I must ask everyone, please, again, share for Sandra Smith, the attorney, and myself, David Anarchy. We want for you to share in some more groups, share in some more pages, share in some more timelines. And if this is your first time watching the show, what we ask of you to do is just to share. That's all we ask in return as we answer your immigration questions here. And that's the greatest compliment that you can give both Sandra Smith, the attorney, and David Anarchy, the businessman, right now, okay? And thanks so much to Team Squeeze. That's the people who have been with me for a number of years, all right? Let's go to this one. How can I apply for asylum in the USA?
Okay, so, alrighty. If you're in the United States and you want to apply for asylum, typically you're going to have to submit your application within a year of entry. Unless, of course, there is some exceptional circumstance that you cannot to USCIS. With applying for asylum, you're basically having to show that you have a fear of persecution or you've been persecuted in the past based on based on, for example, political opinion, for example, sexual orientation. So there are different categories under which you can apply for asylum. But operative thing right here is to be able to submit the application within a year of entry. Now, understand also, for example, that in New York State, only 30% of asylum cases are granted. So you're going to have to be able to show a lot of evidence indicating that you have, in fact, been persecuted or you fear future persecution based on, whatever category, under which category you would be submitting this application. In a nutshell, I mean, it's very, very involved. For example, a person enters the country on a B1, B2 visa, and they come in and they decide that they don't want to return to their home country because they may be killed, persecuted. They submit the I-539 application, and typically they're invited in to an interview, an asylum interview, to determine if they, in fact, have a credible fear of being persecuted. If that person is approved, then great. They can apply for a permanent resident card within a year of that approval. If the person is denied or further evidence is required, typically they're shunted to immigration court before an immigration judge to resubmit their application and to also defend their asylum claim. Now, listen, David, I do a lot of asylum cases, so I could go on and on and on and on. More recently, in our office, we've been flooded with a lot of
get the files
cases.
test drive and get the
Right. All right. So you all heard that she does quite a bit of. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying to them that they heard that you do quite a bit of asylum applications. So I'm saying to Kenroy, he should actually reach out to your office. I'm going to pin the number as asked by one of Team Squeeze members. All right. And
Dave,
okay. So here.
Here, please.
Yes.
Once.
Excuse me. Yeah, you're gonna kill that party that's going on out there. Yeah, man, go on with the party. She's gonna kill the party music. All right. Oh man, I heard that. I was like, no one invited us. Team Squeeze, what's up? They didn't invite us to the party. What's up with that? I was about, whoa. It's okay to have a party, but please invite us. All right. So next time, please invite us to the party. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm gonna read something. This is taken from the source happens to be CNN. I've got to give them credit anytime I'm reading anything from any site. Credit has to be given. So this is taken from CNN, and I want you all to listen to this very carefully. It's based on what it is that Trump is planning on doing. All right, but do me a favor and share. Okay, share the link that you're watching once again in many groups. All right, merit-based immigration means using individual skills to decide whether they should be allowed to immigrate. So that is what Trump is pushing, merit-based immigration. Senior advisor, your friend, Sandra, Jared Kushner, is behind this latest initiative, which emerged after months of talks between Kushner and dozens of conservative groups. One key idea behind it, Trump said in a speech from the White House Rose Garden, would be to attract the best and the brightest all around the world to come to the United States. The plan, which faces an uphill battle for consensus even among the Republican Party's own ranks, calls for replacing long-standing family-based immigration rules with a system favoring highly skilled, financially self-sufficient immigrants who learn English and pass a civics exam. Trump says the plan will use a point system. The president says his plan would use an easy-to-navigate point-based selection system to determine eligibility. You will get more points for being a younger worker, meaning you will contribute more to our social safety net. You will get, isn't this like biased and prejudiced? But anyway, you will get more points for having a valuable skill, an offer of employment, an advanced education, or a plan to create jobs, Trump said. His plan wouldn't change the total number of green cards offered annually, Trump said, but would increase the proportion allocated to skilled workers. We want immigrants coming in. We cherish the open door that we want to create for our country, he said, but a big proportion of those immigrants must come in through merit and skill. So pretty much, here's how I decipher it. If you're not bright, He's not favoring you to get your ass in the United States. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. That's what he's pretty much saying. If you're educated and you're financially stable, hey, come on in. That's what he's saying. I think he's a jackass because, you know, you've got to understand they're families. And pretty much he's saying that he's not advocating for all these families. Families are families. You understand what I'm saying? And he's saying pretty much that he likes the Canadian immigration system. He also said that. You know, and then he's saying countries like Australia and Canada have skills-based system. Fine, but you can't leave out everyone else in the cold. What about the so-called 12 million people that's already here in the United States? What are you going to do about those 12 million people? Are you addressing those people? Will you be addressing those people on your watch, Mr. Trump? Inquiring minds would like to know. What are you planning on doing with the babies that were brought here? Okay. I mean, what are we doing about it? Parents brought babies here that are out of status and now they're adults. We're looking to kick them out. Come on. Not cool. Why aren't you doing something about that? These are young people that could actually do more for the country if they were given a status here in the United States that's legitimate. I do believe that we need to help these people. You can't take it out on these kids. You can't take it out on these people who did not come here. You know, they came here by their parents bringing them here or other people bringing them here. So people, I'm just saying, Donald Trump, listen, you're doing your thing. But all I'm simply saying is by families, by people who are already here, do the right thing. All right. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. So once again, folks, you're in tune to the USA Immigration Link. My name is David Anarchy. And of course, I'm very profound, as people already know. Sandra Smith, she's being an attorney. I'm like, okay, David, I'll let you talk. All right.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
see you.
All
But
right.
of course, you know, David, that
Okay.
right now, approximately 66% are family-based, and around 12% are based on skills. So they want to change the dynamics of that percentage. So, you know, the
I
move,
see.
as I said before, persons who should submit petitions if you have family members who can petition for you. Do not wait until the last minute, because in some instances you have to gather documentation, etc. You don't want to wait until something, some law is passed and then you're running after your shadow. If you can go ahead and submit that petition. This is a warning, all right?
Right. Very, very, very important. Anyone out there that has not filed, a petition or file an option to get into the system so that they're in the system and you have an opportunity to do so, or there's a way, or if you don't know that there's a way, I can't implore you enough. Go see my attorney, Sandra. This is not about me doing business. This is about me being very concerned about you. All right. Being here in this United States where it's a very nervous platform right now. Very nervous. It's a very nervous vibration in the air right now. All right. So what can you do that is positive? File something. Go see Sandra. I just pinned the number 1-800-392-6929. That's 1-800-392-6929. I need 1,000 people to see Sandra over the next 4 weeks. Sandra's like, yeah, you're trying to kill me. All right. Which is pretty much what she said to me a couple of days ago.
I'm thinking about if there's something called cloning, cloning. Let us clone ourselves.
I'm working on that. All right. I'm working on it.
But David, I'm not clearly,
Huh?
I'm not hearing you clearly. I'm not hearing you
because you have that echo in that room, because you have that echo in the room. That's why. I'm hearing you clearly.
All right, good.
Are you hearing me now?
I'm hearing you better.
All right. So my daughter has a green card and I took her home. If she stayed past 6 months, will it affect her citizenship? I guess getting her citizenship.
All right. So her daughter has a green card. I'm trying to figure out how old is this daughter. We need to know how old is your daughter. Typically if you have a permanent resident card, you're allowed to stay outside the country up to 6 months. After 6 months, you're almost indicating that you don't necessarily want the green card. Some persons, do in fact have to stay out of the country for more than 6 months. but you also want to be able to show that you really are a permanent resident. You have residence in the United States. In fact, if you stay out of the country for more than a year, then you have issues. With regards to obtaining citizenship, we kind of want to figure out with this lady, is she talking about submitting an application for an N600? She said she took her daughter out. I'm thinking that the daughter is a minor child. So I'm not sure how she's going to be, applying for citizenship for this child. So more information is required. I mean, pretty much is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Is there a limitation on incest? How can someone file if they run to the USA because of incest? Very interesting question.
Is there what on incest?
Well, it says, is there a limitation
here's the thing.
on incest?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I understand limitation, but if the person is implying, for example, that they would like to apply for asylum because of incest, I would say that perhaps that's not one of the protected classes that immigration would consider. Here's the other thing too. So, one of the questions that's asked, for example, if a person is saying that, I fear persecution because I like a particular political party, and my cousin was killed, my brother was killed, and they're gonna kill me. One of the questions that they'll ask is, okay, so if you're from, East, why don't you move to West? You don't have to stay in East and be persecuted. You could move somewhere else, in a different part of the country. So if for example, with this person with regards to incest, that's not necessarily a form of relief as regards to CIS. Sorry?
Here's how I look at that, Sandra. Someone asking this question actually should be sitting down with you to find out what are all the available options.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
These are questions that you actually need to get a consultation with the attorney. Someone just asked how they can get a phone consultation. I just pinned the number, 1-800-392-6929. That's 1-800-392-6929. Team Squeeze, if you can actually post that for me, I really, really would appreciate it.
And David,
yes.
So, just because a person doesn't qualify, as you mentioned, for asylum, or because the person doesn't have a family member to sponsor them, they may fall under another category. And that's why consultations, that's where it comes in, because then I can ask all. For example, want to do a student, get a student visa, qualifies for a student visa, for example, or the person can probably apply for a work visa if they qualify and they apply for a job and the employer is willing to sponsor them. Persons want to call us up so they can see what options they have, because there are no laws against migrating to the United States. You just want to do it legally, right? So call us up and then we can determine if you have any viable options.
Okay. And okay, people are asking questions in the WhatsApp group, and I'm just giving them the link. And so once again, folks, please share for us, and we will get to you. All right. Once again, this is the USA Immigration Link, hosted by yours truly, David Anarchy. Please subscribe to my page. Please like the page. Please follow the page. All right. Very, very important that you do. This way you can get notifications as to when we start our shows. All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's continue. All right. Let's go to a question that we have here. Do you do a lot of phone consultations, Sandra?
What was the question?
Do you do a lot of phone consultations?
Is that a question from you or from Team Squeeze?
From Team Squeeze.
Because if it's you, I'm going to say it's not your business. But yes, we do.
Yeah, no, my phone rang, so I say proceed.
Okay. No, yes, we do. In fact, sometimes persons, for example, will scan and email documents to me, to the office, so I can use it in a consultation. Because a person may have, for example, a denial, and they want some advice on how to proceed. And then I will just say, okay, here's my fax number. fax the document to me. Let me take a look at it, and then we can have the consultation. So indeed, yes, we do consultations, and we do a lot of phone consultations. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's possible.
Yeah, once again, folks, this is the immigration link. We're asking you, please share. We're up to 86 shares, only 14 more shares, and we will achieve our objective. And we are not quitters. We are going to get the 100 shares. We want every single person right now that's watching this, stop for a second and share the link that you're watching. Just click on that share, that little curly thing that says share. Click on it, find a group, find a page, find someone's timeline, and just share it on it so this way they can watch it. Listen, we can achieve anything that we set our minds to. It's all about the mindset. This is the immigration link. We're getting to more immigration questions to be answered by our attorney, Sandra Smith. Place your questions here, right in the comment section. All right, so here's, okay, let me scroll back up. Gotta find the, okay, one second. How can I do a change of address on the NVC website?
What
do a change of address on the NVC website?
Cannot hear you.
How can I do a change of address on the NVC website?
Oh, National Visa Center website?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so there is a change of address form. It's an AR11 actually that we typically use. As a matter of fact, I think you can also go online and do a USCIS.gov and look for the AR11, which is a change of address form, and then submit that.
Is there something that you can help them with, Sandra?
That's something that no one needs help with. They can do it themselves. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Simple and straightforward. Okay. Once again,
Yeah.
I like that.
But of course, sorry?
I said I like that about you.
But it's true.
You know? All right. Now, you may want to talk about this because people keep asking this, and I keep explaining to people that you are not allowed to discuss your fees, okay, publicly with people. So you may want to touch on that a little bit. People keep asking me, what are your fees? What are your consultations? Attorneys are not supposed to be discussing. Where did she go? Whoa. We just lost her. All right. We will await her. Yanberry. Okay. All right. I'm going to post the WhatsApp. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pin the WhatsApp link again. I'm pinning it right now. So this way you all can actually join the WhatsApp group, right? But we are awaiting Sandra to say hi so we can bring her back in. She got cut off. She touched it and something went off. So once again, folks, let's share. We do have some time left here, okay? And okay, she says she's doing it. All right. Marcia McCullough, welcome. Yeah, Facebook screws up sometimes, you know, but what can we do? We're working with it, you know what I'm saying? And this is Watkins, good day. Oh, there's Sandra, she's back.
Hey, David.
What happened? What did you touch this time?
I have no idea. Somebody called me, but listen, you were talking about fees, so I missed that part.
About what?
What was being said? Fees. Somebody asked about fees?
Yeah, I was saying, I just think you need to just explain to folks that you cannot legally discuss your fees with them publicly, all right?
Yeah, I mean, and you know, you have to understand also that, you know, in our office, we typically don't have a set, like a, you know, set fees, because persons come in with a myriad of issues. There's in all cases are not similar. Particular cases, they usually have nuances. So there's no real way to determine what the fees are. Of course, we have, you know, ballpoint figures, But it's important for us to have a conversation with you, consultation, and then we can determine what our fees will be. Because it probably it's not going to be fair to you if I charge you too much money just based on the fact that I don't know. When I find out what's going on, okay, it's too much, or to myself, if undercharge, and then it's a lot of work. So it all depends.
Got you. Fully understand what you're saying. Once again, folks, the immigration link. I want to commend everybody out there who have been sharing the show. Once again, one way in which you can promote the show for us and yourself is actually to join groups. I think everyone needs to be a member of all the relative groups that can help them in their lives. You may share the link on the pages. Sandra Smith is an attorney, and she also practices law in Jamaica, also in Trinidad and Tobago, and obviously here in the United States. We're here each and every single weekday. Myself, David Anarchy from the Link Up Media Group, and Sandra Smith from the law offices of Sandra Smith to answer your immigration questions, to get those questions settled with you so that you can proceed with your life and have peace of mind here, in my opinion, the greatest country in the world. So once again, folks, tune in and share the vibe. You know the vibe, okay? Every day with your friends and family and even your foes. The 3 F's, friends, family, and foes. Share away, all right? The universe is watching, okay? And sharing is a positive thing, all right? Sharing is caring, all right? By the way, I'm a survivor. Said that she's actually waiting for you to call her. I want to welcome Jason Lee tuning in also, all right, to the immigration link right here. And by the way, people, do not hesitate to ask questions. What's that,
Okay,
Sandra?
I'm a survivor. To send me a message in the WhatsApp group if she can. I can respond to her in the WhatsApp group. In fact, if it's not too late, I could call her this evening once I get off. So just send out a message on WhatsApp group just to indicate that, you're waiting on my call. I'll call you right back.
Yeah, she's in Arizona, so it's not going to be too late for her. You can call her. She's got a few hours behind you. She's in Arizona. So she's a few hours.
Is she in the WhatsApp group?
Huh? Yes.
Is she in the WhatsApp?
In the WhatsApp group, yes.
So I'll call her.
All right, not a problem. All right, so here is another question. I'm about to apply for my visa, but it's hard losing so much money. Sigh.
Yeah.
I guess you want to. I sympathize with you, Anissa. Okay.
So make sure that
I sympathize with you. But that's all I can do. Huh?
Oh, but also, David, that person needs to ensure that they have a strong application, right? So you increase your chances of success if you have a strong application. I can't mention enough that you need to show substantial ties to your home country to demonstrate to the officials that you have no intention of going to the United States and not returning to the to your home country, right? So double negative. But you want to show that you are planning just a temporary visit or for pleasure or for business, and you in fact do intend to return to your home country. So strengthen your application and you probably won't lose your money. All right.
Yeah, and you know what? As much as we know, the majority of the people who are really attempting to get a visitor's visa is truly looking to get that visa to go visit the country. But there are people out there who are not worthy of getting a visitor's visa. You got terrorists, you got people who are just having very bad intentions. So they have to, the US government use it. So, I want people to understand that there will be guidelines. And as Sandra said, provide as much evidence about yourself, provide as much evidence that you will return to your country. All right. And, the burden is up on you to provide that evidence. So before you're going for a visitor's visa, make sure you have that evidence. Property is always a good one. Job is always a good one. School is always a good one. Relationship with your family and what's going on is always a good one. There's so many things. And also when you get to that interview, it's for you verbally to also convey to the immigration officer that you are returning to your country. All right. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen.
And even
go on.
Sorry to cut you, but even after obtaining that visa, be allowed entry, because at the airport or the border, the CBP, Customs and Border Patrol, could deny your entry. And you have to watch out for expedited removal, like you mentioned in that. So if the inspector, for example, thinks you're lying or you've lied on your application, they could in fact deny entry, and you could be barred from re-entering for 5 years. For that. And if that happens, because it does happen, you may want to see the inspector to withdraw the application. So it can prevent you from having that 5-year deportation on your record. So I tell folks, watch out for expedited removal, because even after you get that B1, B2 visa, there is no guarantee at the border or at the airport you'll be allowed to enter.
Okay. All right. Some people are saying that they can't get through with a WhatsApp link. I'll look into that shortly, but from my end, it appears to be working. Caroline Veronica Chin, thank you for joining. All right, do appreciate that. Sharon Tolo, thank you for joining the Immigration Link. Spread the word. Hopewell Thompson, is there a number to call? Yes, there's a number. Let me type it in. It's 800-392-6929. That's 800-392-6929. Okay, you can call that number for the law office. Soon we're also going to have a call-in number. I'm refraining right now from doing the call-in number because I have done this, like I said, for decades, where